Eli measured his tomato plant every week and made a table of how tall it was in inches. Assuming the plant grows at the same rate, identify the following values that would appear on the table. So what that means is if I extend this table, if I make it longer, would each of these appear on there? So for example, if I extended this further, if I extended this to 6 weeks, I see every week it's growing every week it's growing 2 inches. So if I took that 10 and I added 2 more inches to it, I would expect the numbers 6 and 12 to be on there. And what do you know? Here we see 6 and 12. So yes, this would be on the graph. So that means the 6 and 7? No, that would not be on the graph. Those numbers don't make sense. They don't follow that pattern. So that's one way you could do it. Just keep making your table longer and longer and longer. A second strategy that you can do is you can set up a proportion. We can set up a proportion using the numbers from the table. So if I'm comparing my weeks and then my height, I can set up proportions and see if those numbers work. So I have 1 week for every 2 inches, and then this 10 would be my number of weeks, and 20 would be my H. So if I do 10 and 20 like this, I can do my cross multiplication, my butterfly multiply to see if it would work. 1 times 20 is 20. And then if I go the other way, 2 times 10 is also 20. So because those numbers are the same, that means that yes, these numbers also work in that proportion. And then I could keep just trying and plugging in different numbers that I have using one set of numbers that I know from my table. That's another strategy that you can do. A third strategy that you could use is maybe you're recognizing a relationship between your X and your Y. Maybe you're noticing that to go from 1 to 2, I can do times 2. 2 times 2 gives me 4. 3 times 2 gives me 6. And I find that pattern all the way through. I take my weeks times 2 and I get the height of the plant. So I can see here, is 16 times 2 32? Yes, it is. Is 11 times 2 22? Yes, it is. Is 7 times 2 14? Yes, it is. Is 12 times 2 6? No, that one's flipped around. That one's backwards. They're trying to trick you there. Is 10 times 2 5? No, again, that's backwards. They're trying to trick you up there. So use one of those strategies. Find the pattern with adding in the table, with multiplying to get to my x and my y, or using your butterfly multiply, extending the graph. You could draw a picture. There's so many different ways to help you solve this problem.